Are you ready to learn to tell time? Okay, let's go! What time is it? It's 1 o'clock. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. What time is it? It's 4 o'clock. What time is it? It's 5 o'clock. What time is it? It's 6 o'clock. What time is it? It's 7 o'clock. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. What time is it? It's 12 o'clock. Good job, guys.
Hello everyone, this is Teacher Joy. Now we're going to learn about time. This video is for children who needs perhaps a little abstract practice and a review in how to tell the time, as well as to my students who were absent during my initial lesson. You need some papers and pencil. So we will talk about time. This is what we called digital clock. And on the other side, this is known as wall clock. So right now, we're not going to discuss about digital, but we will talk more about the wall clock. And it is important to learn how to read them. Most wall clock has 3 hands. The small hand stands as hour hand. The long hand stands as minute hand. And the third hand, which is the skinny one, shows second. Again, the short hand stands as hour hand. The long hand stands as minute hand. And the third hand, which is the skinny one, shows second. Remember this. Again, the short hand stands as hour hand. The long hand stands as minute hand. And the third hand, which is the skinny one, shows second. First, we will talk about the shorthand. For the meantime, we will disregard first the long hand and the seconds. Later on, we will use them. It is important to know where is the shorthand pointed into. So as we can see here, the small hand pointing to the 3, right? Remember the run of the 3 hands. Shorthand, the long hand, and the second is always clockwise. Starting from here, going to there and back. So again, the run of the 3 hands, the short hand, the long hand, and the second is always clockwise. Another example, the short hand pointing to the 6. Again, with the direction of clockwise, we will move this one from here, going here. So, the short hand pointing to the 10. Sometimes, the short hand will be between 2 numbers. So you can see here, right? Between 6 and 7. In that case, you need to think when the clock ran clockwise, where did the shorthand just pass by? In this example, the shorthand just passed 6. We've talked about the shorthand. How about the longhand? So here we go, the longhand is here. If you're thinking about the longhand, you will gonna start at the upper part of the clock, which is here, and start from here, and this one stands as a clock. Then you will count by 5. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. But here, we're not going to use 60. Instead, we will use 00, and it pronounced as o'clock. Just like 2 zeros, which represents o'clock, here you need to have 0 before 5. The same with the digital clock, you can see 2 numbers after the 2 dots, which is 5:53. Now you have some background. This time is time to tell time in 3 easy steps. Step 1, start with the shorthand. Remember, look at the shorthand is pointing and just write it down. For our example right now, the shorthand is pointing to the 8. So write down 8. Step 2, draw 2 dots. So right here, you need to draw a dot after 8. So like this. Finally, our last step, which is our step 3, write the longhand. Remember, looking at the longhand is pointing and just write it down. In this case, the longhand is straight up to 0, 0. Our example shows the time is 8 o'clock. That was a pretty fast explanation. Just follow the 3 steps to tell the time. Start with the shorthand, draw 2 dots, then finally write the longhand. Here is our second example. So again, look at the shorthand is pointing. So here the shorthand pointing to the 6. So write it down 6. Second step, draw 2 dots after this number. Then the final step is looking at the longhand. It's pointing. So here and then outside. So write 15. So our example shows the time is 6:15. That's all for this day. Hope you guys learned about our topic for today. See you on my next video. Thank you for watching.
Now let's do it one more time. Here we go. What time is it? It's 1:15. What time is it? It's 2:15. What time is it? It's 3:15. What time is it? It's 4:15. What time is it? It's 5:15. What time is it? It's 6:15. What time is it? It's 7:15. What time is it? It's 8:15. What time is it? It's 9:15. What time is it? It's 10:15. What time is it? It's It's 11:15. What time is it? It's 12:15. Well done, kids. Now it's your turn.